Oh! Oh! Stop! 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 No! Krypton!
All right, folks, it's time to talk about what we need to talk about. James Gunn's Superman. This movie is coming out on July 11th, 2025, and in the past few weeks, we've learned quite a bit. Gunn has been holding test screenings, and from what we're hearing, the feedback is looking solid. But is this really the movie that will save DC, or will it be the one that completely wrecks it? Let's break down everything we know, what's being said, and whether we can actually trust the sources. Back on February 24th, James Gunn and Peter Safran sat down with members of the press to give a big update on all things DC. Gunn revealed that he has a 6-year plan for the DCU, which includes a major crossover event on the level of Avengers, though he wouldn't spill any details yet. The goal is to release 2 live-action films, 1 animated film, 2 live-action shows, and 2 animated shows per year. He also gave updates on several projects, including Batman the Brave and the Bold, which now has a screenwriter, though his name is being kept under wraps. Andy Muschietti is still attached as director and will decide if he wants to move forward once he reads the script. This film will introduce Batman and his son Damian Wayne as Robin, but it will not be connected to Robert Pattinson's version of the character. That said, we can expect to hear a lot more about whether Superman is actually good. While every major studio has a big summer blockbuster lined up, Jurassic World Rebirth for Universal, Fantastic Four First Steps for Marvel and Disney, none of them seem as make or break as Superman is for Warner Brothers. On top of that, we're officially on trailer watch. The first week of April brings CinemaCon in Las Vegas, where James Gunn will be presenting updates on Superman and the entire DC slate. Warner Brothers' big presentation is on April 1st, so we should get major updates then. Expect plenty of coverage as we get closer to the release. What do you think? Does Superman have what it takes to be a hit, or is Warner Brothers in trouble? Let's hear your thoughts. Meanwhile, Lanterns is set for early 2026 and is already filming. We've seen an official shot of Kyle Chandler as Hal Jordan and Aaron Pierre as John Stewart, with Hal's Green Lantern ring looking noticeably different from Guy Gardner's in Superman. And speaking of Superman, we now know that Ulrich Thompson is playing Sinestro, Kelly MacDonald is portraying a small-town sheriff named Carrie, and Jason Ritter is playing her husband. J. Allen Nicholson has also joined the cast, though his role remains undisclosed. Over on the Supergirl Woman of Tomorrow front, the film is halfway through production and slated for a June 26, 2026 release. So far, we've only seen one official image of Kara Zor-El from behind, but we do know Jason Momoa is playing Lobo in this film. Oh, and Krypto the Superdog is in it too. Other key updates from the press meeting included confirmation that Clayface is happening, set for September 2026, with a script by Mike Flanagan and direction from James Watkins. However, The Authority has been put on hold due to concerns about its tone, while Waller and Booster Gold have also been temporarily shelved. Interestingly, Teen Titans is now planned as a movie instead of a series, and Blue Beetle is shifting into an animated format. On the casting front, there's buzz about a Sergeant Rock film, with Daniel Craig initially considered for the lead, but Colin Farrell now being the frontrunner. If Farrell takes the role, it could spell trouble for the Penguin series, as Warner Brothers might not want him playing both characters. But let's get back to Superman. James Gunn confirmed during that February press meeting that test screenings were already happening, saying, "We've done screenings, real screenings, definitely learning stuff all the time, making little changes. We might shoot a couple more tiny things. I used to be against additional photography, but I've realized sometimes you just need that one extra shot to make a scene work." Back in November, Gunn told Today Show Australia that he was heading into his second test screening and feeling confident about the film, saying, "I know that I like the movie I'm making, but I'm excited to show it to an audience. That's not always the case. I've been scared before, but this time I'm just excited." Then, in December, the Hollywood Reporter's Heat Vision newsletter mentioned an internal screening for Gunn's trusted crew, along with reports of additional filming in Los Angeles. Around the same time, Twitter scooper Viewer Anon posted, "Any and all Superman test screenings so far, even by test screening standards, have been internal. Take any leaks with a huge grain of salt." James Gunn recently mentioned test screenings for Superman, and those screenings covered a wide range of audiences. Some were private showings for friends, family, and industry colleagues, directors, screenwriters, actors, and crew members Gunn has worked with before. Others were internal screenings at Warner Brothers with studio executives. But then you have the more secretive, unadvertised test screenings happening across the country. These are organized through services like GoFo, where people on mailing lists get invited to special screenings without knowing what movie they're about to see. Once they arrive, they have to sign a non-disclosure agreement promising not to spill any details. Right before the movie starts, someone tells them, "Here's what you're watching, keep quiet, fill out the survey afterward, thanks." Of course, NDAs don't stop leaks completely. Some attendees anonymously share what they saw with bloggers, podcasters, YouTubers, or just post about it on Reddit. While it's tough to verify these reports, some credible insiders do get information. This week, Jeff Snyder shared an update on Superman, repeating earlier details about the movie's runtime, 2 hours and 20 minutes. He spoke to someone who saw the film and really enjoyed it. According to this person, David Corenswit delivers as Superman, and the humor, which some had concerns about, actually works well in the final edit. They compared it to how Gunn balanced comedy and drama in The Suicide Squad. It has funny moments, but knows when to get serious. This is interesting because just a few weeks ago, there were rumors that Warner Brothers executives weren't happy with the film, supposedly thinking it was too jokey. If the latest feedback is accurate, that concern might not be an issue anymore. Industry insider Robert Mayer Burnett also weighed in, saying that within Hollywood circles, the response to Superman has been very positive. The few criticisms he's heard weren't about the movie being bad, just whether it's wise to bet everything on a superhero film right now. But as people say, if it's good, and success can change everything. All of this speculation about Superman's quality comes amid reports that Warner Brothers desperately needs the movie to be a hit. A recent report suggested that Superman is crucial to the studio's future. If Warner Brothers can't make DC movies work, there's fear that the company could end up like 20th Century Fox, which Disney bought in 2019. The studio's value is tied to whether people still see DC as a powerhouse brand, and CEO David Zaslav is banking on Superman proving that DC can thrive. There's a lot riding on this film. There's even talk that if Superman underperforms, Zaslav might replace the current Warner Brothers studio heads with Peter Safran, who co-runs DC Studios with Gunn. If that happens, it would signal Warner Brothers is in deeper trouble than people realize. Some even speculate that if Superman flops, Warner Brothers might have to sell off its film division entirely. But who could afford to buy Warner Brothers? Probably not another movie studio. It would likely have to be a tech giant like Apple, Amazon, or Netflix. Apple might not be an option since they reportedly lost $1 billion on streaming. Amazon could do it, but that might bring up antitrust concerns since they already own MGM. Netflix? They seem more focused on their own projects rather than big acquisitions. And that's that for today's video. Thanks for watching, and we will see you in the next one. Your suggestions for future videos are always welcome in the comments below. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to stay in the loop. And if you want, you can share your thoughts about this video in the comments.